We're gonna discuss today what are those things that inspire you to want to shatter the limitations that you have currently in your life. By the way, this loud sound is my computer. I think the vent broke in my computer. It sounds like a Harley Mac.
Washing machine.
Define washing machine, because I think washing machine is also a stone that you can grab and you clean.
No. That's the old way of washing clothes. It's called a washing board.
Yeah.
The washing machine, something different. That's when women could just throw the clothes in, or men, mind you, could just throw the clothes in the washing machine, full of soap, detergent, walk away. And it was self-cleaning, so to say. So no one had to like sit and scrub, and because that would make my life really complicated if I was still doing that.
I think I could come up with 100 other things that could complicate your life much more.
Vacuum cleaner. Also.
What are those things that you're like truly taken by? That's what I'm curious about.
So just clarify before we continue, because I don't know what to say now.
What is that inspires you to shatter your own limitations? Yeah, that's...
One of the most mind-blowing things I've watched is Free Solo.
Oh, the Free Solo guy. The rock climber who climbed Half Dome and El Capitan with no ropes.
You have to have some major mind power.
How amazing that the human body can do that, therefore my body can also do that. I mean, yeah, I might not climb El Capitan, rock climb it up without a rope, but I know genetically the difference between that individual and me is really minimal. And therefore, just 1/10 of his capabilities, it's very realistic for me to achieve. And that inspires me, that we can do that. Looking at those marathon runner Japanese monks, what they can do is way out there. But genetically, the difference between us is very minuscule. That means we can also do a fraction of it. And a fraction is so much more than most people believe they can do.
But aren't you taking away something from the people who've accomplished these things by saying, well, I could do it too if I try?
No. I didn't say I could do it too. I'm just saying it's amazing to show, how far you can expand as a human being into multiple different directions. And because genetically we are so close to each other, which I don't think people understand how close genetically we are to each other. They did this really interesting study that they looked at one group of chimpanzees. Within one group of chimpanzees, there is more variation genetically than between the two most different human beings today that they examined their genome. We are so much the same genetically. And because of that, we can make the conclusion that it's amazing that an individual can push themselves that far, or becoming that wise, or becoming like Mother Teresa, helping so many people. Now, that doesn't mean you have to do the same, but if you just accomplish 1/10 of what Mother Teresa accomplished with her life, you would have already helped so many people. That if they can do that much, you don't need to do that much, just do a fraction of it. And that is already amazing. You don't need to run 1,000 marathons in 1,000 days. But if you're just developing your capability to run, that you can just run comfortably for a long time, that's just within you. Most people don't believe that they can run a marathon. Oh no, I'm not a runner, I don't enjoy it. That's nothing in comparison to what lays within your genes. Because we compare ourselves to an idea as opposed to understanding that exercising a capability makes the capability connect you to your very authentic way of expressing your human existence. This is way out there.
There was also a teenage girl who decided to sail around the world by herself. I don't know how her parents let her go, but they did. I think she was Australian or from New Zealand or something like that. Anyone young, they apply themselves in these big ways. That to me is just really inspirational. But when kids take it upon themselves to do something great, that's the most inspirational to me.
Well, for me, it's inspirational to see people who are very old in society's standards, who are not willing to buy into the idea of incapability, what our society pushes towards individual. Once you're old, you're supposed to retire, you're supposed to step aside. We have some friends, B, for example, close to 90. She's painting. She wrote a book just a couple of years ago, first time. She's hanging out with all different age ranges. Yeah, so there are people who are out there who are pushing the boundaries. So I like the idea of wisdom, older age, and that's what inspires me, what people can do.
Yeah, raising 2 kids. Yeah, having a kid, which is always terrifying. Then I'm actually in it and doing it, and they're healthy and happy and alive is quite an accomplishment.
Okay.
Bless you. Bless you. I'm way more of a compassionate person.
I love sneezing. Conclusion. The problem is that people don't think about other people's accomplishments. We can feed on those accomplishments, not because we're comparing ourselves, but seeing the possibilities in those accomplishments, that look what an individual can do in their lives. Let it be physically what they can accomplish, let it be discovering something scientifically, let it be being a very ultimate good human being. And not for comparison's sake, but more like look at what's possible and then discover your own authentic way of going about life through that open-minded, unlimited possibility way of looking at life. So you can be the best version of yourself.
Get inspired as opposed to feeling defeated.
Well, get inspired by other people as opposed to compare yourself. Because social media is always there to somehow, it just digs into you. Look what I have. This is not what people want to do, but this is what happens. Look what I have, what I accomplished, how good I look, what a great happy life I had. And that digs at you, as opposed to finding a different type of narrative in your mind. Thinking about the narrative of, look how great that there's so many goodness out on the planet and how I can also add to that. I don't know.
Well, and plus everyone's different.
Is it everyone different? I mean, I don't agree with
Well,
it that everyone is different. Everyone wakes up in the morning, everyone has circadian cycles, everyone has 2 legs, 1 brain. Everyone wants to love,
But everyone's path is different. What I'm trying to say is, let's say you don't run, but you want to start running and you need motivation. And someone looks at those 3 guys that did marathons through the desert. Someone might look at that and think, that's exactly what I want to do. And they have the drive to train and get there. Someone else doesn't have that drive. They don't care about running. It's finding the motivation to motivate yourself to do what you want to do. Just getting out and accomplishing 2 miles. Feel good about that. Don't feel bad that you didn't do 50 through the Sahara.
But that's the whole point, that don't compare yourself.
Right.
To learn how to feed on the beauty of others' accomplishments, appreciate it, and be inspired by them.
Yes.
Without comparing yourself.
Exactly.
That's the point.
Right.
So yeah,
I think
don't
it's
feel
clear now.
Yeah. Keep that in mind. Guys, thank you for watching. We'll see what comes out of this one. I'm inspired. Whatever.
I'm just hungry.